This video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. More about it later down the video. In the last part, Daishinkan converts Vegeta from an angel to a fighter yet again because of his new form. Vegeta is then sent to train with the Saiyans and makes remarkable progress, but cannot fight against Moro because he can only fight when there's no hope left. When Moro was defeated, Vegeta goes back to finish his mastery of forms he has acquired. In this part, we enter Granolah Saga and the eventual arrival of Black Freeza. So let's continue. In Zeno's world, Vegeta is training to gain full control of his power. Because he's using it as a power-up, he's now way more powerful than Daishinkan. Considering that way before he managed to almost go toe-to-toe with him, now he's essentially surpassed him big time. Back with the gang on Earth, the events of Granolah arc go pretty much identically as they would in the manga, up until the arrival of Black Freeza. When Whis came up to pick them up, Whis told them that the prophecy of the Oracle Fish isn't necessarily for this universe, only like a Super Saiyan God was, and that it can also be a bit off too. But surprise surprise, it was actually Frieza, as he essentially surpassed every mortal and destroyer in the cosmos big time. So he left Goku and Vegeta alive just because he knows for a fact they're not gonna get any more powerful anytime soon, considering he trained for 10 years inside of the time chamber. Grand Priest, on the other hand, is looking on to see that Frieza has indeed taken over the place and beginning his conquers. He has concerns on multiple matters, but his main concern is Frieza as of right now. He decides to let Vegeta finish his mastery and train himself in combat too before going out to stop Frieza. With some time took thinking, Daishinkan decides to go to Vegeta to give him one last thing to master. Then Shinkan starts training Vegeta an ability to wipe the impure thoughts out of an opponent's brain, making them pure. To Daishinkan it's easy since angels like him are born with it, but for Vegeta it's extremely tough to learn and master. But he has to listen to the instructions of his father, even though it will take a while. During all of this, Frieza has taken over Planet Cereal already and has killed off anyone trying to stand in his way stupid enough to fight him in this new form of his. And so, his new life begins, free of worry that someone can go ahead and challenge him and defeat him. He then goes full swing and starts conquering according to his plan. Beerus notices the situation but cannot do shit anymore. He knows if he gets involved, he will only get killed, and that will mean either Frieza will become a destroyer or Nappa becomes a destroyer. In either case, he doesn't want to involve himself in a battle he cannot win. However, he does tell Goku and Nappa he's joining in on them training to defeat Frieza, which surprises not only Whis but the Saiyans too. Granolah is just downright confused because he didn't know anything they're talking about, and so they all decide to go to Earth and train up in a time chamber. While we stop here, this video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. It's a Dragon Ball fan comic done by an upcoming artist, Norlight. It's about a girl that has been saved from the experiments of Red Ribbon Army by an unexpected individual, Goku Black, who now grows a bond with the girl. Check it out using my affiliate links down below and support the work. Now let's continue with the what if. Goku, Nappa, Granolah, Beerus, and Whis all head towards Earth. What they don't know is that Frieza is also going to Earth to destroy it, now that he actually can't do it without any repercussion. The first to arrive on Earth are the Saiyans and the gang, and they ask Dende for the time chamber so that they can go in. Dende lets it be without any questions and they go in, starting their training. Not long after, Frieza came by to Earth and looked at it and all the people on it, as everyone ran away in fear of the unknown. Gohan was the first responder at the scene, followed by Piccolo, Trunks, and Goten, both of which are a bit grown up. Frieza looks on to fight Gohan for one last time before destroying the Earth. Gohan gets in his stance and begins to fight. As the Super Saiyan 1 and 2, he cannot do shit. Powering up higher, he reaches Mystic and fights like he means it. However, Frieza doesn't even budge. Rather, he taunts Gohan for just being as weak as his father and kicking him down to the ground. Gohan is out of commission for a bit as Goten and Trunks power up and fuse into Gotenks. Piccolo is on guard and waiting for Frieza to attack. Goten and Trunks power up to Super Saiyan 3 and try ending it all quickly. Their power, however, is not enough even compared to Piccolo, so the Fusion and the Namekian duo attempt to attack at the same time. In the meantime, Gohan is preparing a special beam cannon from underneath the battle area, waiting until it's fully charged up to at least damage Frieza. Piccolo notices and then waits until the attack is ready, using his extendable arms to trap Frieza as Gohan shoots the beam. It creates an explosion, but Frieza comes out of it uninjured, with Piccolo's arm completely destroyed. Regrowing it, Piccolo gets angry and attacks, but is quickly killed off by Frieza, who then looks at Gotenks, who is scared shitless. As Frieza is rushing for the attack, Gotenks unfuses back into Goten and Trunks, essentially saving them. Gohan, however, is not doing great. He's watching onto Piccolo's lifeless body and snaps, much like in the Cell Saga. Snapping, he transforms into his beast mode for the first time and looks onto Frieza menacingly. Frieza is amazed at this new development but has no concern and goes Golden Frieza and goes to town beating Gohan's ass. Since Frieza is way more powerful than he used to be, his golden form is quite a bit stronger. Gohan is on his last legs at this point, still in his beast mode. Frieza is amazed at what Goku's brat is managing to achieve, so he gives Gohan quite a view by transforming into his black form. Gohan feels the pressure and power of the form, accepting the obvious loss and hoping his father and Nappa come to aid. Frieza powers up a blast and destroys the Earth with it, with Gohan dying along with everyone else. In his last moments, Gohan apologizes to his wife, daughter, and the entire Earth he failed to protect, even with all his might. With Earth gone, Frieza is safe to do as he pleases, knowing those two Saiyans will grieve for quite some time. In the time chamber, Goku and Nappa share a fist-to-fist and shake the whole place down. However, they see the whole station essentially disappear into thin air. Goku starts blaming Nappa and vice versa, but Whis stops them and explains that they might have just surpassed the time limit of their time chamber. Goku says that then they removed the people limit and time limit long ago and there shouldn't be any issue. Whis is surprised and takes a look at his staff, with Beerus asking if it is what he thinks it is. Whis confirms the suspicion and Nappa is curious, along with everyone else. Beerus says that the host planet is gone, confusing everyone and making Whis tell them that Earth has been destroyed. Rewinding back, they see Frieza essentially throw a blast into the planet and destroying it with one quick and massive explosion. Goku and Nappa are infuriated. Granolah is sad because of their home planet getting destroyed, and Beerus is angry because he won't get any good food ever again. Goku and Nappa now bitch on how they're going to get out. Nappa remembers himself basically destroying the time chamber from the inside and knows how to get out, telling the rest to go with Whis as he goes into a Super Saiyan Blue form. Whis then gets everyone safe in his travel bubble, and with that, Nappa powers up, screaming to hell and back and creating a wormhole to go through into the debris left over from Earth. Nappa is the first to get out, and then Whis with the rest. Nappa joins Whis and they then travel back to Beerus' world. However, when they get there, it doesn't exist either. Oracle Fish is floating in empty space and scared when confronted by Whis, as Beerus asks what happened. Oracle explains that Frieza also found his place and asked for him, to which Oracle didn't know, and so the planet and surrounding moons were destroyed. Granolah then suggests going back to Cereal, as it should be safe now with the heaters and Frieza gone. Moneito is still there, but dead along with the Dragon Balls. Granolah gets angry and swears to kill Frieza by his own hands. So for now, Cereal is now their new training ground, with Goku getting a plan to get one more person aboard. On Vampa, Broly is hanging out with Chila and Lemmo and they are enjoying their time there. Lemmo prepares an amazing meal for the three of them and so they get to feasting. Chila tells Broly how the amount of food he eats is not normal and that he should stop stuffing his face. Broly doesn't understand what they mean and continues gulping out food. Goku then arrives. Chila already assumes why and calls out to Goku that they are eating and to come back later. But Goku isn't here to train, but to a point. He's taken to Broly and Goku explains the whole thing to Broly, while Broly is stuffing his face. Broly knows that Frieza is a bad guy and asks where he is to fight him again. However, Goku mentions how Frieza is now more powerful than any of them, maybe even Vegeta too. Broly understands, and so all three of them are taken to their new hideout by Goku. With Broly on their side, they now begin training and plotting. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the vanity URL down in the description. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.